Am I the asshole for not giving my brother the bigger bedroom? So my parents let me and my younger brother pick rooms when we moved into a new house. I got to pick first since I'm older, and I took the bigger room. He's been sulking for a week and says I should have let him have it because he has more stuff. My parents are staying neutral but keep hinting I could be the bigger person. I don't think I did anything wrong, but now the whole family's acting like I'm selfish. Not the asshole. If your parents had wanted your brother to have the bigger room, then they should have just given it to him instead of giving you the choice to take it. You aren't an asshole, but your parents are. Your parents are for letting you pick because you're, I'm guessing, just a little bit older, and for also being passive-aggressive and acting like you're selfish when they told you that you the first pick. I got to pick first since I'm older. Your parents are the assholes. When does your younger brother get to be the older one? Tossing a coin would have been fairer. Bigger person means you need a bigger room to fit in. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't let them guilt you, especially because they allowed you to pick first. If they didn't want you to, they shouldn't have done that. I'm the youngest of 4, so I know what this feels like, but he will get over it. I don't agree with oldest gets blah blah, because that just means he'll get the short end of stick every time, but that's something your parents need to fix, not you. Ta. Oldest gets the bigger room. Am I the asshole for saying my mom's views are stupid? Today is my 21F 3rd anniversary with my boyfriend, 22M. This is not about him, sort of. He is working far away today until late, so we couldn't meet for a dinner or even ice cream today, which was unfortunate. I thought about ordering a little chocolate box or something sweet to his house that can wait as a surprise when he comes home, with a little note about the anniversary or something. In the afternoon, I was talking with my mom on the phone about something, and then she asked what are we planning for the anniversary. I explained to her that we can't meet, and that I planned to send him something nice. She then said that I absolutely should not do that the man is the one that should put more effort in the relationship than the woman, and that my boyfriend should be doing more for me. Which he does, I just don't tell her about everything in our relationship. She kept rambling about it for a few minutes, which made me feel a bit bad since I was the one with the idea to order something for him. I stopped her and told her that I'm sorry, but I think this ideology is silly, and that both people in the relationship should put in the same amount of effort. Otherwise, it's not fair to the other person, and will probably not result in a happy relationship. She got a bit quiet then, said okay, and then only answered in short answers before hanging up. Now she came back home, I still live here, and she's pouty and kind of ignoring talking to me. Am I the asshole? Edit. Sorry for rephrasing, my first language is not English. I checked and a more accurate translation would be silly, so I can't change the title, but I updated the post. For those asking, yes, I do pay rent, still live with her. Yes, my boyfriend already planned something for us for the weekend. Don't know what it is though, because he said it's a surprise. I will apologize to my mom for the way I phrased it. I guess I felt attacked by her words and tone, but I shouldn't have been rude. I will not apologize for having a different opinion though. Not the asshole. Couples need to do what works for them. Just because she doesn't see what he does, doesn't mean he isn't doing it. You know the truth regardless of what anyone says. Also, it's silly to expect one partner to be doing more in the relationship than the other. I can see her wanting to watch out for you if she only hears about what you do, and not about what he does. She might see the relationship as lopsided. However, expecting the man to be doing more effort in the relationship makes it lopsided in the other direction, which is likely to cause resentment. Sounds like your mom finally figured out you are capable of making your own decisions, while at the same time is taking your evaluation of her advice as a personal insult. Never mind, she tried to correct you first. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Sometimes, people need information wrapped in a brick to get it. Not the asshole. You should have heard how surprised/pleased my dad was when we sent him chocolate-covered strawberries for Valentine's. He said he couldn't remember the last time he got a gift for Valentine's. I'm sure your boyfriend will appreciate being thought of, loved, and cared for. What you stated is likely true. However, she was attempting to give what she thought was good advice, but a bit outdated. You could have worded your response a bit better. Not the asshole. Once upon a time, when Laura was still living on the prairie, your mom would be right. Things have changed and progressed over the years. Today, if women want something, it is up them to go get it. Am I the asshole for refusing to fly out to visit my family this year? I, 30F, live in Oregon. My parents, 60s, live in Arizona, and my siblings, 33F and 36F, live in Wisconsin. In the past 5 years, I've flown out multiple times every year to see them. Christmas, summer visits, dog sitting, and even helped one sister move. In that time, my dad has visited me twice, both to help with moving. My mom once, and not directly to me, and neither sibling has ever come see me. This year I lost a job, started a new one with no PTO yet, had to buy a car, and student loans restarted, so I told them I can't afford a trip. They got upset and said I should make time, at least once a year. My boyfriend pointed out they could come here, which made me realize they've traveled plenty. My mom has visited my siblings 3x this year, dad twice. Siblings traveled for friends/partners. Just never to me. When I suggested they visit, my mom said money is tight due to medical bills from a recent surgery, understandable. But they just bought tickets for my dad to see my siblings 2 weeks ago. Both my siblings also got quiet and abruptly ended a call after I said I can't come. Granted, one of them also just lost their job, but also just bought a house with their fiancé, so if money is a concern or not. And the other also had to buy a new car this year. So we're all going through it and had rent/bills go up. I get that I'm the outlier living in Oregon now, but I feel like I've carried most of the effort with little returned. Am I the asshole for saying I can't visit this year and being upset that no one ever comes to me? My family expects me to visit pretty frequently too, but in the 3 years Eve lived Sloan, Eve never had visit either. Honestly, it's a wake-up call to your value in the family. Not the asshole. If money being tight is a good enough reason they can't come to you, it should be a good enough reason you can't go to them. Keep calling them out on this when the guilt trip you, but only with receipts. I flew to see you 5 times in 2024, 3 times in 2023, and 4 times in 22. You've flown to see me 0 times. Your turn, not the asshole. Not the asshole. If you are all having some money troubles, and who is not right now, cut the visits and do video calls. Everyone can join in on those. Not the asshole. Stand your ground. Tell your parents that if they are so determined to have you come visit, they will have to buy your plane ticket. One of my brothers has enough financial problems that my mom flies him out once a year. He also travels for business, and when it's near her, he will arrange his trip to spend some time with her. My parents have always kept money issues pretty close to the vest. What my mom does with her money is her business. Dad has passed. She understands that if she wants to see her son, she is going to have to help him with the plane ticket. She has helped me out in the past as well as our third brother. But we don't discuss it among ourselves. It's nobody else's business. Not the asshole. My youngest brother is in a similar situation, though the distance is much less, and he's refused to visit because no one visits him. I am the only one who makes the trip, and I usually stay a fair bit, and we've both enjoyed those visits. When I've explained to my family that they never visit him, they get mad and say it should be his job, as the youngest and the furthest, to visit. And that's just not fair. The relationship should go both ways, and the effort should be reciprocal. Am I the asshole for bringing an epoxy-encased bat with me when I moved in with my boyfriend? So I have this little bat encased in epoxy. The whole thing is about 4 inches by 2 inches by half an inch. It's splayed flat with its wings out, and you can see all the little details, the tiny bones and anatomy, even the little tongue. When my brother and I were kids, my brother bought it at a flea market. As we got older and he was clearing out his room, at some point he gave it to me. I think it's super cool. I'm not someone who's creeped out by things like that. I used to want to be a zookeeper and even worked at a zoo for a period of time, and have handled an unknown number of snakes, cockroaches, snake sheds, bones, frozen mice, etc. Prior to me moving in with my boyfriend a few weeks ago, he had seen the bat. It lives in the small box it was purchased in, and I had it at my apartment when we started dating. Last night I, 23F, was hanging out with my boyfriend, 33M, and his brother, 27M, who also lives with us, and somehow we got on the topic of the bat. We were all already feeling some level of lightheaded and nauseous because the conversation had been about what grosses us each out. Mine was zombies and the sentient undead. My boyfriend's was ghosts and also dead things, and I can't remember what his brother said, but it was in the same vein of things. At some point my boyfriend points at me and says she has a taxidermed bat. His brother gets really concerned, and I offer to go get it because it's really not that creepy. So I go dig it out of a box in the other room and bring it back into the kitchen to show them, and neither of them will even get close to me while I'm holding it. The consensus was that I'm allowed to keep it, but not display it. Which is totally fine, it's always lived in the box since the day it was bought. I also told them they should be grateful I didn't buy that taxidermed crow one time, which the only reason I didn't is because even though the bat is so small, my mom would have never let me bring a crow into the house. Even though they were grossed out, we were all laughing about it. And that's when my boyfriend said, and his brother agreed, that I should post on here to see what the general consensus is in regards to if it's wrong of me to bring this kind of taxidermy into the house. TLDR. Is it wrong of me to bring taxidermy into the house when everyone else in the household is disgusted by it? Not the asshole. There's a reason why boyfriend isn't dating someone his own age. He lacks basic emotional maturity, and women his age won't put up with his bullshit. This isn't about a taxidermy bat, and this isn't the last time he's going to try and coerce you into fitting his idea of how you should act. It doesn't pose a danger to anyone in the house, and it's not on display in a common room, so it's not really their business. Not the asshole. I may be biased though, because that sounds cool as hell, and is absolutely the sort of thing I'd have proudly displayed in the living room. Can you post a picture of it? Not the asshole. I look forward to hearing what other future things your decade older than you boyfriend tells you that you are and aren't allowed to do. Not the asshole, especially since you don't display it. There is an entire business built on those types of oddities. Your boyfriend is overreacting. Tell him you could have a two-headed turtle or something. Taxidermy is literally a form of art. There's nothing wrong with it or what you did. Sounds like your boyfriend and his brother are fragile wimps. Not the asshole. Definitely thought you meant a baseball bat at first, and was completely confused. LOL, it's definitely a strange keepsake, but not hurting anybody. It's fair to ask it not to be displayed in public spaces, as those are for everyone. As long as you are granted the same right to veto things you don't like as the other two are, I see no issues here.